What's going on, everybody? This is Jen coming at you on my downtime, and I hope you're all having a great day. If you're wondering what that crazy glowing light in the background is, that's actually my candle. I don't know if you can see it. It's a pine-scented candle. I know it looks blue, but it's actually green. And, yeah, it's doing my room quite a bit of justice right now. I just wanted to kind of go over a topic that is running very true in my mind. My brother and I had a conversation not too long ago, I think it was last week, about the N-word and the fact that so many people over Xbox use that word. You know, whether you're, an African American and you use the N-word in your way with the A on the end of it, or, if you're a white supremacist and you use the N-word with the ER at the end of it, it's all pretty much relatively the same in the way that it expresses ignorance. And I believe that myself. I believe that, if you're going to complain about the N-word, it should go both ways. There are plenty of educated African American people that complain about the N-word in itself, whether it has the A or the ER at the end of it. And I'm glad that my brother and I had this discussion. I think it was last week. I'm not sure exactly when it was, but I'm actually glad that we had this discussion because I have a tendency of talking about freedom of speech, but I also do believe that within that freedom of speech, you should also exercise respect for people and also for yourself and for the fact that you represent the family that you come from. So, I mean, honestly, when you're on Xbox or you're on the internet, or anywhere for that matter, you could be in public, you could be at a bar, and have a few, and suddenly, out of nowhere, the N-word just slips out of your mouth for no freaking reason at all. But you know something? When you do something like that, whether it has an A at the end of it, or an ER at the end of it, you not only shame yourself as a person, but you shame your family and where you come from. It does not look good on anybody. So I must say that yes, although I am a huge supporter of the First Amendment and the fact that, freedom of speech is a huge part of that amendment, I also do want to impress on a lot of you that the N-word, no matter how it's used, is not acceptable. What I wanted to add on to this is the fact that I remember going to vocational school. It's in high school. I was actually switched from my high school at Kearney High to Hudson County Schools of Technology through the CAS Prep program, and I've had just about every one of my teachers in every single class that I had telling students to stop using the N-word, no matter how it's used or why it's used. Stop using the N-word, period, whether it has the A or the ER to the end of it, and stop saying, all of the four-letter words that you use because they don't exactly express or convey what you were truly trying to say. The least that you could do is when you have the right of freedom of speech, exercise that right wisely and use words to literally describe exactly what you're talking about versus using slander and epithets. That's actually the best education that anybody can get. It doesn't really matter if you learned it through vocational school, high school, if you learned it in college, outside of school. It's the best education anybody can get. That's all I have to say for now. If you have any responses or comments about this, what I'm talking about here, let me know in the comments. I don't know if you can leave a video response. If you can, awesome. If not, I'm sorry. I have yet to figure out the new YouTube GUI, graphic user interface, so I don't know if you can leave me a video response or not, but I wanted to discuss this, and I wanted you guys to hear me out on this. I mean, yes, there is freedom of speech, but you also represent yourself and your family. So if you're going to describe something that upsets you, or perhaps you have an opinion about something, the least you could do is do your best to describe it. What it is that actually upsets you or what bothers you about a particular person or even yourself. Don't use slander, don't use epithets, things like that, because it's crap like that that not only ruins our English language, it also ruins our rights as we know them today. Thank you for listening. I look forward to your responses, and you all have a great day. To my brother, shout outs. Good discussion. Seriously.